Hi. So I'm here with another Mama in a Minivan installment. And in the fall, we hope that we can get out, walk a little bit more here in Michigan, but it's a super rainy day, like the seventh rainy day this week, or maybe the sixth, I don't know. And I was hoping to maybe get out in the parking lot, sit at the picnic table and work, get out and play with some of the other parents here at dance, but we're just hanging out. But I'm super grateful. I've got some tea. I've been thinking for 2 weeks, I just want a dang cup of tea. And, the back to school start craziness, it's hard. So I'm just now getting that cup of tea I've been thinking about, but I'm grateful for that. And I'm going to talk a little bit today about how the back to school rhythm is going and not going. It's challenging, but I know we talk about organizing, and I do this a lot myself. If I just on Sunday night do all of this, the week will go smoother if I organize this, or if we organize it in this way, or we plan that. And I fully support that and do a lot of that. But I'm here to tell you that if you also give just a few minutes each day to organizing your nervous system, everything can go a lot smoother for you and your children. Or if you don't have children, going back to, or your children are grown, going back to a fall sort of feel and schedule, it's a change, it's a shift. And so in addition to starting in a new school, which is going smoothly for our daughter, first few days of school, we were watching a program. We don't watch much TV, but we were watching a baking show that first weekend. And they talked about the whole idea of a rainbow baby after miscarriage. And my daughter had no idea what a miscarriage was or what a rainbow baby was. And I knew in the next year or so, we would probably talk about this with her because she's 11, but it just came up at this time. And I thought, oh boy, not great timing, but I want to support and hold space for the emotions when they come up. And we explained to her what miscarriage was and that she, in fact, is a rainbow baby. It was big, lots of emotions, not just for her, but for my husband and I. And so did a lot of the bonding reflex with her that night and the next day, just to really allow her to feel supported as she's taking in these big emotions. It's a lot. So that was kind of unexpected in the first week of school, actually first few days of school. And then she's now considered middle school, which she's fifth grade, but they consider it middle school. So she's got more subjects each day and a different schedule, and it's a lot more mental endurance. So I've just been noticing and watching her. And the thing that was so amazing, this is so amazing, the human body is so innately wise. And I loved that her body guided her to do this. Her body and brain guided her to do this. She'd get in the car after a day that's requiring more mental endurance than she's used to and start doing a headstand in the back seat. And I wasn't like, hey, sit down. I mean, if we're moving, we've got to get her buckled in. But I was like, take a minute, do a few headstands, because I knew that she was working through her STNR, her symmetrical tonic neck reflex. And that reflex was integrated in the appropriate developmental sequence for her. But this endurance event of school, mental endurance, was asking, her body was really needing to kind of revisit it and work through it. And that's what stress will do to our nervous system. And that's why these tools are so important. So I knew that she was working through the STNR, because when you're at school and you're looking down at, say, something on your paper, and then you're looking up at a whiteboard or whatever, and you look down and up, the STNR reflex is all about that. It's also about attention. So I just keep inviting her in safe settings to move through that if she wants to. And I noticed about 2 weeks in that she was no longer doing it. So her body's received what it needs, and we just allow that to unfold. And I've also been trying to really encourage her to do very gentle things, wind the evening down earlier if it's a night that we're home earlier from activities. So hot bath with hot towels after I put them in the dryer, and that's sort of our thing. I love to give her a hot towel after, with hot tea and a hot bath. That's been great. Doing the FPR, fear paralysis reflex work for her. Not that she has a lot of fear, but sometimes we have that inner anxiety bubble up, like, will I be able to do this next level of math or what have you? So we've been doing that, and that's been really supportive. We've been doing the Moro reflex with her for breath, because it's about kind of taking our breath away and about the first breath of life. And so we've been doing that, and she's wearing a mask all day, so it's important to keep supporting breath. And if you want to see these videos, I have all those on my YouTube channel if you want to experience them and maybe go through them for yourself and your children. And those have been helpful. I'm encouraging her to do PACE. She's somewhat resistant, so I just do it a lot myself in her presence. And PACE is also on YouTube and in my Inner Resources free gift. If you just want to start small and get those 3 videos, you can sign up for that in the link in my bio or at inspiredwell.com. And PACE keeps us positive, active, clear, and energized. And I've been needing to do a lot of that because these first few weeks, as timing would have it, my husband all of a sudden had to go out of town for work a lot. And so I'm trying to really juggle the Uber momming and working and running a business and everything. So that's been tricky. So I've been doing a lot of PACE. I usually do it at least once a day. I've been doing it more like 2 and 3 times a day to just get grounded and integrate my brain and body. And speaking of grounded, I've been doing a lot of earth buttons, which is a great grounding tool from Brain Gym. You can see about that on my videos on YouTube. I've been having a few more cocktails, and I don't mean wine and so forth. I mean a Myers cocktail. I've only snuck out for one, but in these first few weeks, I had one at end of summer and then one in these first few weeks. I've got one scheduled this week, just to revitalize my nutrient situation and my supplements and minerals. And my mom used to send me these vitamins. It kind of drove me crazy, but it was great. She sent it in a care package in college. Stress tabs, and it had on the front of the bottle a candle burning at both ends, because she's like, you're always burning the candle at both ends, being a student and in a dance company and all that. Was kind of crazy. So I think about, you do need to replenish, and I wouldn't take those stress tabs anymore. Thankfully, I know more clearly what exact supplements I need, so can get a little bit more specific on that. Really trying to covet sleep at our house for everybody, but I found that my sleep was way off. This summer after my dad passed, I wasn't sleeping well, I was waking up a lot. And it took me a few weeks, but I realized that my sleep reflex, the prone stomach reflex, and my ATNR were reversed. So I was getting energized with sort of that ATNR, asymmetrical tonic neck reflex, and I had to unflip them so that I'm sleeping so much better. And what a game changer, right? So also I'm doing the ATNR to really bring me to the here and now, because sometimes when we're overwhelmed, and I can feel scattered if I'm overwhelmed, but the asymmetrical tonic neck reflex brings you to the here and now. So I'm really grateful for that. It's very calming, very organizing. I'm also doing a fair bit of the energy yawn. Again, all these videos you can find on my YouTube. And the energy yawn is great to take tension out of the jaw, because I can tend to hold it there when I'm feeling stressed. And it's just a great boost to the energy system. So doing these really super easy things, they don't take a lot of time. I love my movement practice, but I've only had about 15 to 20 minutes most days to exercise right now, just getting back into a rhythm and a schedule. So I've had to just make that enough and be okay with that and let go of, wanting more. And years ago, I might have beat myself up about not having more time. Now I'm like, oh, I'm just grateful for this time. I'm going to hop on the apparatus. How fortunate am I to have this Pilates apparatus to jump onto, or take Snoopy for a walk. Poor guy, he's used to 45 to 60-minute walks, and he's getting 15 to 20, but at least it's something. Although not with this rainy weather. I'm a bad dog mom. I don't take him out in all the elements, so he's kind of mad right now. But yesterday he got a walk. It was sunny and nice for one day in between all these rainy days. So anyway, I'm sharing this with the hopes that you can realize that we're all trying to get back into the rhythm of school. And even if you don't have kiddos, but you're just trying to get back in the rhythm of fall, and that there are tools you can do that are really simple. You don't have to buy anything to do them. It's super easy. And our nervous system, our brain, and our body are asking for them. Watch your children, because they're seeking out movements that might feel a little bit annoying to you, but they are what they need. Their nervous system most likely needs it. And you can check out those videos on my YouTube. They might help you. And I hope that it's a good start to the year. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're dealing with at the start of the year, because I can share in another video some ideas to support you. And thanks for watching. And remember, never ever underestimate a mama in a minivan.